Welcome. I'm so excited to talk to you today, all the entrepreneurs out there, CEOs, business professionals. We're going to be talking today about what are the key aspects to be successful in business. There's a lot of entrepreneurs out there, and they're just out there trying to fake it until they make it. They're trying to figure out how to be successful. Today, as you tune in, I'm going to download to you some principles in this series that are going to help you to put in the building blocks to help you to be successful. You know, if you want to be successful as an entrepreneur, as a business professional, you've got to have resilience. You've got to have tenacity to keep going and finding the niche out there, finding out what offer, what product, what service is going to resonate with people. And that's what's going to bring you success. So don't be addicted or be just loyal to something that's worked in the past. It might have been something that was popular, but trends change, seasons change. We have to keep updating ourselves with the market. Don't look at a product. Well, my grandma has these nice little knit socks that just were amazing, and I think everybody would love them. And you're more loyal to your grandma, but you know that those socks aren't really going to sell. And so don't come up with these ideas. We need to know and be able to read the market. We need to do our research so that we can begin to put together an offer. And so as we want to do business, it's all about the offer. The offer that you don't make is the offer that people cannot take. So you've got to have a good offer together. And most people, when they're doing an offer, they offer 30 million times before they get 30,000 sales. And so you've got to keep making the offer, getting in front of people. And if you have an offer that's lined up, you have an offer that is in line with the market, then guess what? As you develop your sales skill, your sales team, if you're starting out as an entrepreneur, it's just you've got to have that sales aspect. And then as you have an offer and sales together, as you're generating income, then you can move into marketing. So we're going to talk about these three things as we look through this series today. Now, it's very important for us to understand we've got to develop skill in developing our offer, skill in sales, skill in marketing. And we can hire skill, but many times as an entrepreneur, speaking especially you guys out there, you're starting out and maybe you are the CEO, the CFO, and the CEO, you're the sales staff, you're the customer service support. And we start out having to do those things. But we've got to understand we've got to be skillful in these areas if we want to be successful. And volume and skill brings about outcome. So if you want to be skillful, you've got to have volume. And that speaks of our sales. Volume plus skill equals the outcome that we want. And we know our outcome is success. If you want to be successful, you got to work on your skill. Become skillful in sales, skillful in making your offers, skillful in doing marketing, and then guess what's happening is you begin to have volume. Come on, you're putting in as many offers as you can and meeting people where they're at and upselling them, downselling them. You have an offer, you're able to meet a client where they're at, and as you grow in your sales skill, then what's going to happen? You're going to have a positive outcome, and then you can just begin to scale it, level up through your marketing. So it's very important for us to understand that. And again, we've got to be able to make an offer that is something that the clients, that the public, whoever we're servicing, whoever our ideal client is, something that's going to resonate with them. And so I want to talk to you about dialing in your offer. We're going to talk about getting better at sales, and we're going to talk about how to master marketing. As we talk about the offer in this session, what is the offer? The offer is really basically adding value to someone through a product, through a service, through coaching, whatever kind of business that you're in. It applies to all of the above. Why do you go to a hardware store? Because they have a product that's going to help you to do something easier. You have one tool for all things, you're going to have a problem. So they have thousands and tens of thousands of different alternatives down to the right bolt, to the right screwdriver, to the right wrench. What are they doing? They're solving problems. People come in, they buy the right tool, they're solving problems. And any retail, that's what they're doing. What is the desire of someone who's shopping for retail? They want to look good. And so what are you doing? You're helping them to do that, different stores to that. In the business industries, we talk about, an agency. We run an agency. What are we doing? We're solving problems, adding value to people to help them with all the things that we're teaching you today. And we offer different programs. We offer training and coaching so you can do it yourself. We offer do with you programs where we're doing it together. And then we offer done for you programs where our team comes up and we get everything ready with the input from you and we're doing it for you. Now, all of those things, they have different prices on them because of the time that is involved, but we're adding value. And so we need to structure and know what people are looking for. If we're offering something and it's not what people are looking for, then there's a disconnect between our offer, our product, our service, what we're wanting to bring, and the client and what they're wanting to have. And so we need to really understand that. So really, when you talk about the offer, what are you doing? Sometimes you're being a fisherman. I love to go fishing, and I love freshwater fishing. Here in Southern California, we have great ocean fishing, saltwater fishing. And what do you do when you're out there? What are you trying to do? You're trying to find out what the fish will bite, what bait they're gonna bite on. And so, different days, there's different things that the fish are attracted to. If you're looking for a certain kind of fish, there's a certain thing that they're attracted to. The same thing is true as we talk about our offer. And so we've got to know what is it that people are looking for. And so it's kind of like fishing that time. Sometimes we got to refine our offer. We've got to dial in our offer. Sometimes we look at where the demand is at. And so we want to be able to fine tune it to where the demand is at and meet people where they are at. So it's like being a fisherman. And so you've got to offer them something that they already want. When you're a fisherman, what are you doing? You're offering them something that they already want. They're looking for a coaching program. They're looking for a product. They're looking for a service. So what is it that they want? They already want it. They're already looking for it. And so what happens? They're looking for you. But if they can't find you, then you're not able to give them your offer. And so we're going to talk about that also. And that's where sales and marketing comes in. But you've got to have something that people want. What are they looking for? What services are they looking at? And different programs we do when we offer services, because we find that these are things that they need. As we're doing branding with people, after that, we look at what are the creatives they need. And we fine tune the creatives according to their niche, according to the brand gap in the market. And so we're offering them those things and those services, the products that are going to help them to bridge the gap. And so we've got to do research to begin to know what's happening. I always go, when I go to the bait shop, when I'm fishing, I'll ask them, I'll say, what are they biting on right now? What lure is working right now? Because I'm not out there to just sit in the boat all day. Come on, how many of you know if you're out there fishing, you want to catch some fish? If you're an entrepreneur, you're in business, you're out there to have clients, and guess what? If you have clients, what's going to happen? You're going to make money. And so we don't want to just make money on the front end. We want to make money on the back end. And what is that? We begin to service people over and over again. We begin to become their one-stop shop as much as possible, and offering them what they're needing. And our offer grows. Again, we can upsell, we can downsell. We have our main offer that we feel is applicable to most, and we begin to do that. So again, we've got to dial in our offer. Now, many entrepreneurs, they come up with this great idea. I have this idea and I'm coaching people. And as I'm listening to them, I'm like, have you done any market research? They've got this idea of what they're wanting to do or something that they want to sell. And I don't want to give any examples just in case you're in my coaching program you're watching right now. But they're not able to really understand the market. And I'm sitting there thinking, nobody is going to buy this. Nobody's going to want this service. They want to have a coaching program, and they haven't really thought through their process. It's too general. There's no niche that is there. And that's very much the issue with entrepreneurs. Sometimes entrepreneurs come and they're like, well, just tell me how I can make money. Well, it's not just about making money. That is the benefit of solving problems for people. And so we need to ask ourselves, when we're looking at our offer, what problem can we solve with people in offering a service, in offering it done for you, in developing a product. Products that do the best are products that are solving problems for people. Small problems, big problems, and the bigger problems that they're solving, the more expensive that they are. And so most entrepreneurs come up with an idea and they just kind of pull something out there, or they look at what someone else is doing and they're behind the market, because in the market there's also trends. You could, when you talk about drop shipping and other businesses out there, you could have a product that's trending, and then guess what? Someone goes and copies that product, and within 6 months or even less time now, because things move even more quickly, there's so many imitations out there. The market is saturated with that product. Now, if you got in on the front end as an entrepreneur, you're going to make a lot of money, and then what do? Sell that business, sell that product, the rights to that, and move on to the next thing that's trending. But if you're behind the market, you're always trying to play catch up with your offer. And so we don't want to be behind the market. We don't want to just be following. We don't want to just be beating the air with a product or with a service that's there. If you're in the Sierra Desert, you don't come up with a chili factory and sell chili. How many know that's probably not the thing that's going to be the most popular in such a hot climate? Now, hey, if you're in a cold climate, chili may be amazing, but just because someone's making money selling chili and you have the best recipe, your great-grandfather's recipe, it's not going to work in the Sierra Desert. How many of you know that? Come on, ice cold water or ice cold soft drink, something like that, that's refreshing in the middle of the desert, that is going to do much better. And so we need to kind of fine tune again, where is that demand? What's the environment we're in? Who's our ideal client? And not just imitate others, so we can dial in our offer. And so you've got to dial in your offer. What is out there in the market? What's the high price? What's the low price? And come in at the middle. You don't want to be too high. If you're too high, what happens? Then you're overpriced. And so if you're too high, then you're overpriced. If you're too low, then what happens? If you find something and it's very low, most people are going to think what? It's cheap. And so we don't want to be too high. We don't want to be too low. We want to come in right at the middle, which makes us competitive. Now, as you're coming in the middle, I'm talking about for those starting, what can happen? You can begin to scale up, and then what do? You come up in the place where maybe you're in a it's not just overpriced, but there's luxury. People see the value. You've got customers you can resell. They're familiar with your brand. They're familiar with your offer. But until you have that, you've got to come in at the middle. That's going to cause you to be more competitive. And if you do good branding, you have good sales team, you have great marketing, you're going to be successful in the business. So not too high, not too low, because if you're too low, I just undercut everybody. What are they going to think? They're going to think you have a substandard product. They're going to think that you don't have value for your money. They're going to think there must be a catch, because everybody knows you don't get everything for nothing. You got to pay something. And so they're willing to pay premium because they know that's going to be a premium product, a premium service, a premium offer that you're giving to them. And so it's very important for us. You got to get your offer dialed in. And so create context around your offer, create value around your offer, and then make the offer, okay? And that's where sales comes in. And so how can we do that? If I'm having an offer and, we offer an agency here, you probably came into our YouTube, what are we doing? We're giving great content. People pay tens of thousands of dollars to be coached in what we're teaching you here and the things that we're giving to you. And so in this time that we have, we're wanting to add value to you. But what we're doing, adding value. So as you begin to connect, you're like, oh, well, maybe this guy would be a great coach for me. I think I would. You can go to our coaching program, all right? Or, hey, these guys seem to know what they're talking about. Let's check out their branding project. Let's check out their creative. Let's check out their marketing programs and what they offer. Why? Because we're adding value. We're dialing in our offer. We're giving value to people. Why? Because in serving people and adding value to people, what happens? They begin to value your offer and know that you're an expert in what you're talking about. So the offer is very important. You've got to dial in your offer. Again, it's like fishing. If you want to catch a fish, what's the right bait? What is the thing that people are wanting from you? You got to give them the right bait, and don't go too high. Don't go too low. Again, as you begin to practice in dialing in your offer, what are you doing? You're putting in the reps. The more volume you have, the better you're going to get at fine-tuning your offer. the better skill you're gonna have in putting together offers because you know the market and you're gonna have a favorable outcome. Come on, where you're making money, where you're serving people at a high level, where, come on, they're referring you, which is what every entrepreneur, every business owner wants to have. So there you have it. You gotta have an offer. When you put your offer in, your offers dial in, you are set up for great sales, you're set up for great marketing. Come on, put some comments in the chat today. Share this with somebody else so that they can also be impacted by it. We'll be answering any questions you have in the comments on this. We have more great material coming out. Don't miss the next episode. We're going to be talking about sales. And then in the following episode, we're going to be talking about marketing. And we're going to give you the tools, come on, the package to be successful in your business. We'll see you in the next episode.